Aloha and mele kalikimaka. Welcome to the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. It's the championship game. The San Diego State Aztecs, the San Francisco Dons, playing for the title in Honolulu. Along with Dino Gaudio, Roxy Bernstein with you. Welcome to the island of Oahu, and that's the trophy that they're playing for. And the winner will take that home back to the state of California with them. And moments ago, this was the USF locker room, as you can see, at San Diego State and USF in the championship. It's not often you see a freshman leading the chants in the locker room. Now it's Chance Anderson in the USF locker room, and they're here, Dino, because of their outstanding three-point shooting.
Well, San Francisco's the highest scoring team in this tournament, Roxy, nearly 78 points a game, 47% from behind the three-point line, and they're averaging almost 12 made threes per game in this tournament, but they're going up against one of the best defensive coaches in America, in Steve Fisher and the Aztecs. They have been outstanding in this tournament, holding teams to 57 points, under 38% field goal percentage. Something's got to give in this game right here. Great offense, terrific defense out of San Diego State. We will have a good one right here.
USF at 10-2, San Diego State at 7-4. And for the Dons, they tied a tournament record with 16 three-pointers in their win here Thursday when they upended Utah. They were 16 of 28 outside the arc. And then in the semis on Friday, they beat Illinois State as Matt McCarthy called for a travel.
And Roxy, when you watch San Francisco in the half court, they run the Princeton offense, but it's not slow ball. They'll push the ball in transition, but you have to guard a lot of back cuts and a lot of ball screens in the half court if you're San Diego State.
For the Aztecs, they beat Southern Miss in the quarterfinals, and Friday in the semifinals, they pulled away from Tulsa to get to this championship game. Zylan Cheatham inside for the Aztecs.
And that's a big challenge for San Francisco because Zylan Cheatham right now, probably the player of this tournament with a game to go.
Steve Fisher will not have Malik Pope available. He's been hampered by a knee issue here early in the year. How does that affect the Aztecs, Dino?
Well, we're talking about a guy that was in NBA camps. This kid's a terrific player, can score outside as well as in. That's a big loss for San Diego State.
Hooked away from Matt McCarthy. Last touch by... They're saying off McCarthy as Trey Kell knocked it away, and the Dons with a turnover.
Malik Pope, the highest recruit ever at San Diego State.
Ranked number 55 by Paul Biancardi in the ESPN 100. Out of Laguna Creek High School, he's a Sacramento product. And the USF foul on Mladen Djordjevic, the sophomore from Serbia.
San Diego State, more athleticism, more speed, and more quickness. So San Francisco's help side defense has to be really good in this one.
Foul on San Diego State before the inbound. And it's on Max Hotzel, the transfer from Indiana. But the Dons at 10-2. It's the best start for USF since 1999-2000, when Phil Matthews' team began the year at 12-1.
And Roxy, you're seeing San Diego State go 2-2-1 soft press, and the reason is so they don't have to guard all this Princeton action for 30 seconds, maybe 20 or 22.
There's Zylan Cheatham on the defensive end, forcing a turnover as Dakari Allen comes up with it. Jeremy Hemsley from deep. Hotzel tips it out for the Aztecs. He's a good three-point shooter. Dakari Allen missing a three. Cheatham out to midcourt.
We would tell our guys, if you can't secure the rebound, just tip it, get a hand, and it saves a possession for San Diego State.
Zylan Cheatham lost it inside. Hotzel to follow.
Boy, in the first 2 minutes, San Diego State showing their physicality on the backboard.
Jordan Rottino to the basket, flips it up and in, and the freshman with the Don's first points.
Well, this freshman has been outstanding earlier. A pleasant surprise for Cal Smith at USF. As we saw, Roxy, a hard driver.
And the second foul on Mladen Djordjevic of USF.
Well, Rottino comes in. He's shooting 45 from behind the three-point line. So you have to close out hard on him. And when you do, he has the ability to put the ball on the floor as well. Well, he's a freshman, plays like a fifth-year senior.
Subs for the Dons. Sophomore Frankie Ferrari comes in. Also Charles Minlin coming off a career-high 17 in the win against Illinois State. And the 7-footer, the freshman Jimbo Lowell in the game as Cheatham has his shot blocked.
I like what San Francisco did. When Cheatham has the ball, everybody got a hedge toward him. You got to bring a second body towards him on dribble drive.
Rottino rims out a three, and the rebound to Kari Allen for the Aztecs. Max Hotzel short on the three. And a foul going for the rebound as Nate Renfro had it. And that's the second on Max Hotzel of San Diego State.
Well, when Cheatham has it and he's bouncing it, everybody takes an extra step towards him. Renfro, a really good job of coming over from the help side to get the block. Roxy, I know San Diego State, when they got separation in their last game, they made 7 of 10 threes. That was the difference in it. But they got to be careful. Their strength is inside. Keep going inside against San Francisco. Don't settle for jump shots.
Matt Shrigley in the game for San Diego State, a senior, a good three-point shooter. Also, De'Aaron Williams, a senior from Sacramento, as Charles Minlin flips it up in the lane, and Williams pushes for the Aztecs. Shrigley at three in transition. And Jordan Rottino clears for the Dons.
Shrigley, 42 of his 49 shots have been from behind the three-point line.
Boy, he seems like he's been at San Diego State for about 10 years for me. Jimbo Lowell traveled. And a turnover by the Dons. San Diego State, the early lead in the championship game of the 8th annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Hawaiian Airlines, sponsor of the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. Hawaii flies with us.
Aloha and Mele Kalikimaka. Mahalo for joining us on this Christmas Day as, yes, Santa comes in via canoe.
Via canoe in the islands, absolutely.
That's how Santa does it over here. As Santa arriving on Waikiki Beach earlier today. Fortunately, it's San Diego State out in front of the USF Dons, along with former ACC coach Dino Gaudio, Roxy Bernstein with you. And for these two teams, it was a tough road to get to the championship game. Surprising probably for a lot of people that USF's in the championship game, but people expected San Diego State to be here.
Well, San Diego State, as we know, does it with defense, and they did shoot the ball well from behind the three-point line. But I have been just thoroughly impressed with San Francisco. How well they share the ball, how well they run offense, and despite 23 turnovers against Utah, they found a way to win that game, predominantly off of 16 three-point made field goals for the Dons.
San Diego State was tested by Tulsa in the semis in a tight ball game late where they pulled away, outscoring Tulsa 30-11 down the stretch. And for USF, they tied a tournament record with 16 threes in their opening game against Utah. And defensively in the second half against Illinois State, Kyle Smith's team was phenomenal. They held the Redbirds in the second half of that game to 27% shooting.
And what they do, Roxy, they give you different looks on defense. And right now, they started out man-to-man. Right now, we're seeing them play 2-3 zone.
Kari Allen swatted by Jimbo Lowell. The Dons look to run. Loose ball. Lowell tracks it down. And he's grabbed inside by Trey Kell.
Pretty good zone offense by San Diego State. They got the ball in the middle and went high-low. But again, really good help side defense. Second block thus far for San Francisco. Boy, Law, a big body right there at 7 foot 245.
Frankie Ferrari to play it in. He's played very well in this tournament for the Dons.
He's been outstanding. Handling the ball, shooting threes.
Jimbo Lull in the post, and we're tied.
Boy, that's a luxury right there if Lull's getting you buckets on the inside.
Tylen Cheatham cut off by Lull. Hensley may have walked, but gets to the hoop.
Nice offense inside out. They got the ball in the middle of the zone and played off of the ball in the lane.
Ronnie Boyce, the leading scorer for the Dons on the season, who comes off the bench averaging 16.5 points per game.
Roxy, benches can help you win championships or help you lose them. This San Francisco bench has been terrific.
Ronnie Boyce missing a three. Trey Kell on the push. Stolen by Ferrari. Frankie Ferrari. And he's clobbered, will go to the line. An aggressive play. And Frankie Ferrari, who missed the first 8 games of the year with a hand injury, went crashing into the first row.
Boy, wonderful anticipation. Took the ball right off of his right hand. I'll tell you what, took it in there with no fear.
Take your pick as they both hammered him. Shrigley is called for the foul.
A little scary for San Francisco because Frankie Ferrari, who's been terrific in the tournament, started the season with a broken hand.
Had a career-high 16 on Friday against Illinois State.
Boy, he anticipated really, really well.
Shrigley got him first, then Cheatham cleaned him up.
Can only call one of them, though. Ferrari struggling from the line coming in, 6 for 11. Big right there, but this kid shooting 53% from behind the three-point line as well.
Valentine Izundu, a graduate transfer from Washington State. Good shot blocker in for the Aztecs. And also the first appearance for Monte Gil-Caesar, a sophomore transfer from Missouri. Gil-Caesar spots up. Off on the three. And the Dons have the rebound, and here comes Ferrari.
In this offense, when the ball's dribbled towards you, your guy's going backdoor.
Charles Minlin, the deep two. Rattles out. And San Diego State with a rebound, and Monte Gil-Caesar. Ronnie Boyce saves it from going out. But it'll stay. He was actually on the sideline, and at San Diego State ball. Steve Fisher, his 18th season at San Diego State. He's had 11 straight 20-win seasons.
Roxy, I was on the other bench for Steve Fisher's first game at Michigan.
When the NCAA tournament, 89.
Yeah, exactly. When Bill Frieder said he was going to take the Arizona State job, Bo Schembechler said a Michigan man will coach a Michigan team, and that was his first game. And, of course, they went on to win the national championship.
Ronnie Boyce, the pull-up. Loose ball and a foul. It's on the Dons.
Shrigley's fortunate there was a foul. Rebound with 2 hands.
First on Nate Renfro, not Charles Minlin. And it's on Renfro. And Steve Fisher, when he took over this program as Kyle Smith on the other end, his first year at USF on the Hilltop, as they call it in San Francisco, coming over after 6 terrific years at Columbia. We won the CIT title last year with the Lions. But when Steve Fisher took over this program at San Diego State, there was no interest, no support. And he has built this thing up, and a remarkable job as a turnover by the Aztecs as Jeremy Hensley was on the sideline. Steve Fisher literally went on campus with tickets in his hand, and he was handing them out and asking anybody come across to come to the games and support the team.
Well, to get attendance, you got to get, I don't care what school you're at, you have to get the students involved. And through what he did and them winning, they've turned out.
Ronnie Boyce will go to the line. It's on Valentine Izundu. Already 5th team foul against San Diego State.
See, one of the things Ronnie Boyce does, he'll deviate from the system. He could create on his own. And if you're Kyle Smith, if he's hitting, you stay with him. If he's struggling, you just go to your bench, which has been very deep for San Francisco.
Boyce off the bench the last 4 after starting the first 9 games of the season.
He was terrific against Utah. 6 for 13 from the field, 3 for 4 from threes. But struggled in the last one and only played 14 minutes. So if he's hot, you stay with him. If not, you got a lot of guys on that bench you could go to.
He was 0 of 7 from the field against Illinois State. Long 3 by Trey Kell. And Frankie Ferrari clears. Crossover. Ferrari sets up Charles Minlin. And the Dons have their first lead.
And we're seeing one of the ways that San Francisco gets the 3-ball off of dribble penetration.
And the first 3 for USF. Ferrari pokes it free. Pinned to the board by Jeremy Hemsley. And then Hemsley fouls Minlin.
You're seeing San Francisco and Ferrari playing the game with his mind, anticipates well. And then on the other side, you're seeing the athleticism, the quickness of San Diego State. Looks like a breakaway. No, not today.
Championship game of the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. Let's flash back to the last time San Diego State was in a championship game here. Nick Johnson comes over in the final seconds and blocks Chase Tapley at the rim to preserve a win for Sean Miller and the Arizona Wildcats, 68-67. As that was a sensational championship game back in 2012.
He looked like LeBron on that one, and you know what you love about it? He didn't give up on the play because he was beat. He got back in it with effort and saved the game for Arizona.
Past tournament champions Buddy Hield was the star here last year, leading Oklahoma to the win. A couple of years ago, GW crashed the party and won the championship.
We called that championship game Baker and Van Vliet for Wichita State in a championship game with GW, but George Washington's 1-3-1 zone was the difference in that game.
Stays with USF. Nine 6, the Dons with the lead. Ferrari has it knocked free. De'Ara Williams on the deck, and the Aztecs come away with it.
Frankie Ferrari, it's only his 2nd turnover in the tournament.
The 5th for the Dons in this game, as they were able to overcome 23 turnovers in their quarterfinal win against Utah, as the Aztecs are within 1.
You know what, Roxy? 23 turnovers today ain't going to get it for the Dons. They made 16 threes in that game to overcome those turnovers.
San Diego State, that's what they're looking to do, create turnovers as Boyce gets to the basket before the shot, and a foul against San Diego State. 2nd on Jeremy Hemsley. So the Aztecs, their leading scorer on the year, Hemsley with 2 fouls, and they were without Malik Pope today.
Really nice pass. When that ball goes into the post, your vision has to be on the ball and your man, because USF just isn't standing on the perimeter. They're basket cutting.
Dons already in the bonus, a 1-and-1 for Ronnie Boyce.
Roxy, in a game like this against San Francisco, I would tell our guys, like, your body's in help, but your mind is with your guy. You better have vision of the basketball, but more importantly of your man as well.
Rebound, tip loose, and saved by De'Ara Williams, and San Diego State in possession. Dakari Allen long on a 3, and Ronnie Boyce looks to run the floor. Pulls up for 3. And De'Ara Williams racing out. Trey Kell, 3.
Oh, hardest three to guard is the one in transition because you stop the ball first, you clog the lane second, and then you close out the three-point shooters.
First three for San Diego State. They're now 1 of 8 outside the arc. Ronnie Boyce, tough pull-up. Wow. And he's trying to get on track.
Like I said, he and Minland are two guys that could just create for themselves outside of the scope of the offense.
Boyce, the only senior on this USF team.
Downing the ball screen, San Francisco.
And a foul if it's on Milan Djordjevic. It's his third. And it is. The last game of our annual NBA on Christmas Day. Quintuple header coming up next from Staples Center in LA. It's on ESPN. The Clippers and the Lakers game also seen on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. By the way, it'll also be on ESPN2 in Spanish.
Roxy, when the ball's on the side of the floor for San Diego State when they're on offense and there's a ball screen, San Francisco downs the ball screen. What that means is they push the ball towards the baseline. They won't let the dribbler come towards the top of the key. A lot of NBA teams do that, and we at the college level just steal from those guys.
Matt McCarthy walked. He may have turned his ankle in the process.
McCarthy's been terrific in the tournament thus far. Leading rebounder in this tournament right here. Scored the ball as well. When he's up against a bigger, stronger guy like Izundu, he needs to play a little lower.
And a really strong game against Illinois State in the semifinals. Had his second double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds. Shot clock inside 10. Trey Kell, a good 5 feet behind the line. His second three.
Steve Fisher's favorite guy right there because he works so hard. A positive voice for the program.
And the junior from San Diego gives the Aztecs a lead, but the Dons answer quickly. Nate Renfro's first points, and we're tied.
How about Renfro, sophomore, voted captain unanimously amongst these guys? Tells you what his teammates think of him.
The USF team that has 9 newcomers surprisingly picked 9th in the preseason WCC poll. Five to shoot for Zylan Cheatham. Dakari Allen. And the rebound, Nate Renfro for the Dons.
And a really good dig down defensively by number 30, Chase Foster for San Francisco when the ball went into the post.
Yes, wearing number 30 today. Number 22, not available, which he normally wears. They've left that back in San Francisco. Jordan Rattino. Renfro, the kick. Foster, a deep three. And the rebound to the Aztecs in Zylan Cheatham. Kell again from deep. Valentine Izundu, the offensive rebound. Izundu had his pocket picked from the blind side by Chase Foster. Ferrari for three. Boy, what a foul going for the rebound, and it's on Nate Renfro of the Dons.
What a nice job San Diego State is doing, is contesting jump shots.
Tie ball game in this championship game of the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic.
Wow, this guy right here, Steve Fisher's favorite player. Why? He worked so hard in practice. You're seeing the time he put in pay dividends on the offensive end. And a really nice take by Renfro. With authority, strength to the basket. Counted for the Dons.
A look at the field for the 9th annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic next December. 2017 field with the likes of Miami, USC, and some really good mid-major representation. Akron, Davidson, New Mexico State, Utah State. Strong field again here for the tournament in Honolulu next year.
It really is. And Bob McKillop at Davidson's having an outstanding season already. And you know what? If you're going to play San Francisco, Roxy, the way they shoot the basketball from behind the three-point line, you better close out hard and contest three-point shots. Look, De'Aaron Williams right there. High, making him arch the ball a little more on the jump shot. Man, make him miss. Don't hope they miss. And that's exactly what San Diego State did right there. Terrific closeout. Really great extension on the release. I would tell our guys, I don't care if you're zone man, the most important thing you could do defensively, contest shots.
You alluded to USF, Dino, running the Princeton-style offense. A little bit more of a quicker pace to it. How difficult is that to prepare for Steve Fisher at San Diego State?
I think it's incredibly difficult to prepare for when you have a one-day preparation. You've already played 2 games, so as a coach, you ask yourself, what does our team need right now? Do we need a little more rest? Do we need more time with preparation? So with that quick turnaround, it's really difficult preparing for a team like USF.
First foul on Chase Foster as the floater spins out from Dakari Allen. Low-scoring championship game to this point. Off balance, Foster, nifty play. First points for the junior from Aurora, Colorado. Shrigley left wide open in transition. You can't leave him open.
No, that's what he is. That's what he does. 42, or I should say 43 of his 50 shots now have been three-point field goals. Good genes there. His dad, Richard, played at BC.
Charles Vinland, too strong. San Diego State ball.
And Roxy, what a great job De'Aaron Williams did getting inside and boxing out on the offensive rebound right here. Great hesitation, and he's going against a great defender in Dakari Allen. Dakari Allen last year defensively led the nation in fewest points allowed per possession. This is a lockdown defender.
Long 2. Knocked in by Jeremy Hemsley. His foot was on the line. Three-point game.
See, when Law has it up top, they won't guard him. His defender will stay in the lane.
Shrigley dives, but Ferrari reclaims it. Shot clock at 5. Reimu Reitnen too strong on the 3. And that's the 3rd foul on Jeremy Hemsley of San Diego State. And that's a real problem for Steve Fisher. So the leading scorer for the Aztecs will have to go to the bench for the final 5:06 of the first half with 3 fouls. And again, keep in mind, they don't have Malik Pope, one of their usual starters.
Got to make sure you box out. A lot of the good call. A lot of San Diego State guys ball watching.
1-1 for Charles Vinland.
Don't watch the ball. Go make contact with your man. When the shot's up, you got to create the car crash. You got to go hit the offensive player.
74% foul shooter. 3rd leading scorer for this USF team. So their leading scorer and 3rd leading scorer come off the bench.
Roxy, I think Minlin and Ratino, 2 freshmen, have been just terrific for USF, and both of them good size. Minlin 6'4", Ratino 6'5", big, good size for guards.
Zylan Cheatham, and he's fouled. What an athletic play by the sophomore from Phoenix, Fallon Reimu Reitnen.
I loved his patience because the help defender came and he waited till he went back and then he attacked the basket.
Zylan Cheatham, who's a good foul shooter at 79%. He's had a strong tournament, 15.5 points, 8.5 rebounds in the first two. One more for Cheatham. Last year for San Diego State, set a freshman record by making 111 free throws. Also set the San Diego State freshman attempts record for free throws. Redshirted his first year at San Diego State with a foot injury, and he was another ESPN 100 recruit by Paul Biancardi.
And how about the tournament he's having thus far? Double-double in game one, 16 and 13 rebounds, and then had 15 points, 4 rebounds against Tulsa.
Pass deflected by Shrigley, but picked up by Minlin. Then he scoops it in. Minlin with 7 to lead the Dons.
Boy, he finishes around the rim so well with either hand.
And a kick by Frankie Ferrari. Now there's some discrepancy with the score right now, as it shows 21-20, and during the next timeout they'll look at that long 2 by Jeremy Hensley. Initially it has been ruled a 3, but he looked clearly on the line to me. So that point might come off the board, so we may be tied right now. And they'll review that during the next timeout.
Boy, he's a tough cover if he can face up and hit that as well, because Zylan Cheatham is explosive to the basket. We saw that on the prior possession. If he faces you up and hits that jump shot, that's a tough cover right there for Law.
Zylan Cheatham with the hoop. Minlin.
Look at Dakari Allen on defense.
Knocked away by Trey Kell. It'll be a Dons basketball in the backcourt, out of bounds with 6 on the shot clock. A tight championship game in Honolulu between the Aztecs and the Dons. You know, Monday isn't just Boxing Day, it's Bowl Day. 3 more games for you at 11 a.m. Eastern. The St. Petersburg Bowl, Miami of Ohio and Mississippi State. Then the Quick Lane Bowl, Maryland and Boston College, both on ESPN. Wrap up the day with NC State in Vandy in the Camping World Independence Bowl at 5 on ESPN2. All 3 games. Also streaming live on the ESPN app and Watch ESPN. And a fun Hawaii Bowl over at Aloha Stadium yesterday. Saw the Rainbow Warriors knock off Middle Tennessee.
10 wins, 11 wins for those guys this year.
Just 7. I know you wanted to give him credit for
Christmas.
more.
I was giving gifts.
Dons have to hurry. Here comes Ronnie Boyce. Long 3. Jimbo Lull tips it out. Run down, Zylan Cheatham off to the races. Cheatham! Oh, speaking of giving gifts.
Wow, elite athleticism right there. He took off deep outside the lane on that one.
He doesn't need Hawaiian Airlines to get back to the mainland. San Diego State has matched their largest lead. Nice stocking stuffer. Ronnie Boyce gets the roll.
Wow, was Cheatham explosive.
So it is a 2-point game. At the timeout, they looked at that shot by Hensley, and it indeed was a 2. As Trey Kell, with his first 2-point field goal, he leads San Diego State with 8. Starting to pick up here in this championship game. Knocked away by Kell. Dakari Allen, the Euro step. Timeout, USF.
See, Roxy, Ronnie Boyce sometimes tries to do too much. One less dribble, less would be more for Ronnie Boyce, especially against the San Diego State defense. Wow, explosive athleticism from Zylan Cheatham.
Yeah. Frankie Ferrari off the inbound. 6-point lead, San Diego State's largest in a reach-in on Dakari Allen, his first, and the Dons will go back to the line. As Zylan Cheatham with that explosive slam, and Should point out, I don't know if he's got a foot fetish, but definitely has a shoe fetish. He wears a different pair of shoes every game.
Different pair of shoes every game. So what are we talking, 31, 32, depending on how long or deep they go in a postseason tournament.
Chase Foster misses the front end of the 1-and-1. He might want to bring those back after that explosive move.
Yeah, he got jets in that pair right there.
Dakari Allen. And it's now an 8-point game. San Diego State has made their last 7 shots from the floor.
Wow, Frankie Ferrari guessed wrong on that one. He hedged towards the dribbler and went to his man, Costi.
Charles Minlend to 3. Just a second 3 for USF. And he has 10 to lead the Dons.
Making his dad proud, right? Charles Sr. scored over 1,300 points for St. John's.
Play there in the mid-90s. Dakari Allen from the corner. And Remu Reitinen knocked it out of bounds. San Diego State ball.
Good call.
But USF, Dino, they're just 2 of 9 from 3. And with just 2 of 9 from 3 for the Dons, do you think the length and athleticism of San Diego State's bothering them a little bit?
No question. Absolutely, Roxy.
Timeout San Diego State. That use it or lose it timeout. 5-point game in favor of the Aztecs. Coming up on the Land Rover halftime report, it's Brendan Fitzgerald, Tim Welsh in the studio. As Tim Welsh in the gift-giving mood on this Christmas Day, as well as a preview of the college football playoff. Highlights and stats all coming up at the half. One last game on our NBA on Christmas Day, quintuple header from LA. The Clippers and Lakers at Staples Center. Game also live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN.
It's nice they let the Clippers and the Lakers open up Christmas presents this morning, spend time with their family, and then I think it's the Lakers home game, though,
right? It is the
right?
Lakers home game tonight. Yeah, why not? Let them. They share the same arena.
They should have one half of the floor baseline with the Clippers. The other half should have the Lakers.
Purple and gold, red and blue at the
like
other end. Let's see what you're getting. Aztecs by 5. San Diego State 50% from the field. Well, USF at 43. Zylan Cheatham. And a foul. It's on Matt McCarthy of the Dons, his first.
Yeah, tough matchup for McCarthy. He's big and strong, but he don't have the lateral quickness to stay with Cheatham.
7th team foul in USF. So 1-and-1 for Zylan Cheatham, 1 of 2 at the line.
McCarthy's had a great tournament thus far. Leads this tournament in rebounding, but right now, Roxy doesn't have a field goal attempt.
Zylan Cheatham at the line. And San Diego State's been able to extend the lead a little bit, even in the absence of Jeremy Hensley, who's on the bench with 3 fouls.
Boy, Cheatham, I'll tell you what, plays with force, plays with energy.
And also on the bench, not available, Malik Pope in street clothes. Knee issue, gets the roll in the second.
When you pick up 94 feet if you're San Diego State, not necessarily to steal the ball, but try to wear San Francisco down. Maybe in the second half, they're not shooting well now, but those 3-point shots are even shorter from the perimeter.
Charles Minlend to 3.
That one wasn't short, though. Boy, he's a bucket getter, isn't he?
3rd 3 for Minlend. Talented freshman. Zylan Cheatham has it knocked away. And Minlend got his hand in there helping out.
Yeah, when he has it, you got to make him operate in a crowd. Minlend right there to help.
Dons can play for the last shot. Here is Minlend. Tough 3 on the move. That'll take us to halftime and a 4-point lead for San Diego State. Entertaining first half Expect nothing less in this championship game as the Aztecs a 4-point lead, and Zylan Cheatham on display here in the first half.
Well, defense has been a premium. San Diego State has played it, holding him to 3 for 10 from behind the three-point line. And that guy right there, Zylan Cheatham, man, he's been special in this first half. And how about this? You talk about elite athleticism. Wow, explosive to the basket in the finish.
Land Rover halftime report. It's up next.
It's really showed itself in the first half, Roxy. They're guarding their actions really well, but, man, they are fantastic at contesting shots. And I would tell guys, hand to ball, make them miss, don't hope they miss. And they've done that. Really high, hard contest. Terrific job right there by Williams. And then, you know what? When they got away from them, they have erasers that get block shots. And then how about this play right here? Cheatham. It's like he jumped off one of those little trampolines that they have during halftime acts. Man, he was up in the air. And then you're seeing they've taken away San Francisco's fast break points, their second chance points. And because of the contest, they've taken away most of their three-point shooting.
Plus San Diego State shooting at 50% from the field. USF 44% in the first half. For the bench scoring, that's what the Dons do. 22 of their 28 coming from the reserves. Lob set up for Cheatham to start the second half.
Well, when you have a back screen, it's the guy guarding the screener's responsibility for basket protection, and Matt McCarthy was not there.
Aztecs led by as many as 8 in the first half. Pass deflected as Matt McCarthy with the turnover. 3 in transition, way off from Jeremy Hemsley, who saddled with some foul difficulty. He's playing with 3.
Well, you know what, Roxy, because he was sitting, hadn't had a shot in a while, so he took a quick one right there. See, that back screen right there, my bad, that's number 14, Charles Minlin's responsibility to guard the basket, because his man was the screener.
Minlin, who leads the Dons with 13. Chase Foster leans in. Max Hotzel the rebound for the Aztecs. And a foul is called. If that's an offensive foul on Hensley, that's his 4th.
And it is. But most of the time, when guys have that third foul or even a 4th going to 5, they're really cautious on the defensive end. But, boy, so many of those come on the offensive end, and that's a great call right there.
Easy call as Chase Foster was established outside the circle.
Never leave your feet to pass. Stay on the floor, you accomplish more.
Nate Renfro. And the rebound knocked free. And Zylan Cheatham out of bounds. Aztecs ball.
You mentioned it, Roxy. The length of San Diego State really bothering USF. Not only on the perimeter, but as we saw right there at the rim as well. When you have shot blockers, those guys erase all mistakes off of dribble drive action.
The lob for Cheatham. Can't handle it. Darrell Williams gets him back, but then turns the ball over.
Well, maybe we're seeing the absence of Hemsley right there. Hurt San Diego State on the offensive end.
They also are playing without Malik Pope, who was out with a knee injury, missing a 2nd straight game after he did play in the opener. They're winning the quarterfinals against Southern Miss. First appearance for Chance Anderson for the Dons. Anderson a long 3 off the bench. And the rebound cleared by Trey Kell. And here come the Aztecs. Zylan Cheatham low position and a foul. A reach in against the Dons. And it's on Chase Foster, his second. Malik Pope, who missed some time early this season, first 3 games of the year with a knee injury. Chase Foster tracks it down.
Pope had a great end of the season last year. Multiple double-doubles at the end and worked out for 6 NBA teams before deciding to come back.
Charles Midland missing a 3. Kell across the key. And Foster clears for the Dons.
That's a great look for Kell, and I think San Diego State plays with such a good pace on the offensive end of the floor.
It's been tough for USF to establish their rhythm today. And San Diego State a big reason why. The floater by Frankie Ferrari. Anderson, a nice tip. Ferrari wide open.
Boy, that's USF basketball right there. The second shot, the kick out for the 3. They're just struggling from behind the line right now. That was a great look.
And De'Aaron Williams is hobbling, may have turned an ankle in that last sequence. Larry Spalding, our lead referee, says an official's timeout to get Williams looked at, and that's something that San Diego State can ill afford. They're already without Pope. Jeremy Hensley on the bench with 4 fouls, and now De'Aaron Williams has to get looked at as Matt Shrigley in the game for San Diego State.
And Shrigley, as we know, more of a 3-point shooter. So Kell will run the point for the Aztecs.
Kari Allen missing a 3. Charles Midland attacks. Midland off the window.
Boy, you love a team that adheres to their philosophy. They execute, they share the ball. Good ball movement, which leads to the basket.
First points for the Dons here in the second half. 4-point game in this title tilt. Zylan Cheatham has a shot blocked out of bounds by Chance Anderson, and it stays with San Diego State. It's the championship game of the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. The only unbeaten teams in this field vying for the title. San Diego State and USF in this all-California championship. Utah and Illinois State both going home at 2-1. And it's a 4-point lead for the Aztecs, who have been scoreless for 4 minutes here, and neither team shooting it well in the second half. The Dons just 1 of 7. SDSU 1 for 5 from the field. And De'Aaron Williams, who rolled his ankle during a last sequence during the timeout, was getting his ankle retaped, and he went down, and that's when he seemed to tweak the ankle and was hobbling, coming back up the floor before Larry Spalding, our referee, stopped play, and there he is getting the ankle taped.
Put a little tighter bandage on there because they get taped before the game. I always made my guys get taped. They either had to be taped or wear one of the ankle braces through the game.
And a foul against the Dons, and it's a trip on Charles Midland, his first.
Well, Midland did the right thing in closing out hard to him. The bad thing was the foul, because that guy right there is a 3-point shooter.
A player like that with Shrigley, because he's such a 3-point specialist, are you daring him to do anything else but shoot as far as take the ball off the dribble?
Absolutely, Roxy. I would tell my guys when we played really good 3-point shooters.
Long 3 way off from Max Hotzel. That
if he shoots a 3, you're coming out. Not if he makes it. If he shoots it, you're coming out.
Frankie Ferrari fires and hits a long 2. And it's a 2-point game.
Wow, we haven't seen much out of San Francisco getting the shots off the ball screens, but maybe we'll see Kyle Smith go back to that ball screen action more often in the second half.
Hotzel to the basket.
What a great play by Hotzel. The shot fake lifts the defense, makes him unathletic, and then he went by.
Inside to Anderson. And he's off in the rebound, Max Hotzel for the Aztecs.
But I like what San Francisco did. They went right back to the ball screen action that Ferrari hit the 3 off of, and that was the right pass to the roll guy.
Kell from the corner. And Charles Minlin the rebound. Frankie Ferrari a step back. In and out on the 3.
Boy, just a little bit short on the shot. You wonder if 3 games in what, 4 days? Maybe
and
that's what was
steal,
short.
Frankie Ferrari is home. And Ferrari has given USF, he has been sensational all weekend in this tournament.
He really has. 7 points, 2 assists, no turnovers against Utah. 16 points against Illinois State.
Career high against the Redbirds. Kell draws contact.
You know what, Roxy? He just has tremendous anticipation. Great timing. Little deceptive. You look at him and he doesn't look the part, but man, he has a toughness about him.
One more for Trey Kell, an 83% foul shooter. Zylan Cheatham leads San Diego State with 11. Kell has 9, while Charles Minlin of San Francisco leads all scorers with 15. And De'Ara Williams comes back after getting that ankle retaped.
And Steve Fisher goes back with extending his defense 94 feet.
Ramu Reitman inside to Matt McCarthy. Jordan Rattino, the follow by McCarthy.
While the dribble penetration brought Izundu over to help. That's how McCarthy got the offensive rebound.
That's Shrigley. Hotzel from the corner. And Ramu Reitman the rebound. And San Francisco a chance to take the lead with a 3 or tie the game on a bucket.
In this offense, your big guys have to be good passers, and that's what Matt McCarthy is. That's why they're playing through him at the top of the key.
Ramu Reitman left it short.
Boy, that one didn't deserve to go in, Roxy. You got to square yourself up to the basket before you take that shot.
Max Hotzel for 3. He had struggled all tournament long shooting the 3. First 2 games here, he was just 2 of 15 outside the arc.
We'll give Bakari Allen a lot of credit because he deserved the ball and he got it to him.
Ronnie Boyce. Jordan Rattino spots up and answers with a 3. USF has just tied the tournament record for most 3s in a tournament. Wichita State set it with 28 in 2014. And now the Dons have 28 in this tournament.
Roxy, Bakari Allen had Boyce in front of him. There's no reason to leave your guy, especially on the 3-point line.
De'Ara Williams down the lane. Valentine Izundu hustling to keep it for San Diego State. They didn't reset the shot clock. Shrigley a step back. Oh, tough shot. Matt Shrigley a 3.
Wow, you said it. The step back is what created the space for the open look.
And putting the ball on the deck to create the shot. And he's more of a catch and shoot guy. Travel against the Dons.
Matt Shrigley with a short shot clock. Wow, the step back gets separation. The release, splash from behind the line.
San Diego State leads its championship game in Honolulu, 44-39 over USF. And Dino, take us inside the play.
Roxy, great offense by San Diego State. They have a guard set a back screen for the big. And then he's going to learn. He's a young guy, Charles Midland, number 14 in green right here. Watch this. Boom. See, his guy setting the screen. It's his responsibility to protect the basket, provide help for Matt McCarthy. Midland doesn't do that. That's the layup. He'll learn. He's young. He's a really talented young guy. Really impressed with Charles Midland, Jordan Ratino. Those guys off the bench have been outstanding in this tournament for Kyle Smith.
Jeremy Hemsley back in the game here with 10:45 to go. Dino playing with 4 fouls. You surprised that Steve Fisher would bring him back this early with 4 fouls?
A little, but I was a guy that liked to roll the dice. You could lose the game at any point, but you know what? I'd maybe play him for 4 minutes, Roxy, and then sit him down again.
Hemsley down the lane, the floater. And the rebound, Matt McCarthy for USF.
Now that's what he can't do, go off 1 foot and float.
Renfro tried to elevate and came up empty. Dakari Allen back the other way. And the Dons look to run. Ronnie Boyce to the basket. Ronnie Boyce the lay-in.
He's talented, we know that. Sometimes he's a little too ball-centric for San Francisco, but he's a guy that can get you buckets.
3-point game. Just past the midway point of the second half. And the championship game of the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic.
Now, second possession here, 2-3 zone for USF.
Shrigley, another 3. 3 threes for Matt Shrigley.
Well, if you're zoned, you better know your personnel. You better make sure you know where number 20 in white is.
Ronnie Boyce is tripped. Second foul on Valentine Uzundu.
Against the zone, watch Shrigley on the baseline. Runs from one side to the other. Defense in the corner, loses vision of him. One of the most important things you could do in a zone, Roxy, man-to-man as well as talk. Here comes a shooter coming your side. You got to be constantly communicating.
And Shrigley blocks the shot of Charles Midland out of bounds.
Playing both ends, Matt Shrigley.
Kyle Smith wanted a foul. He felt that Midland was clobbered.
You know what? He got a hand on the shot, obviously. And I agree, it fouled him afterwards.
Tough step back by Ronnie Boyce and may have forced that one.
I'll tell you, Shrigley making his impact, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end right there with the block as well.
Reach and foul and Frankie Ferrari. 9:09 to play. San Diego State by 6.
And we've talked about San Francisco's bench. This guy right here, Matt Shrigley, great lift off the bench for San Diego State. And USF stays 2-3 zone.
A foul called on the pass. First on Jordan Ratino. Last game of our NBA annual Christmas Day quadruple header. The Clippers and Lakers from Staples Center in LA. Game also on ESPN app and watch ESPN. In fact, you can watch it after we're done right here. ESPN Deportes coverage on ESPN2 coming up after our championship game in Honolulu.
And my Ohio guys got your Golden State Warrior guys. Your California boys.
Shrigley missing that 3. And a foul going for the rebound. It's a push on Monte Caesar. His first.
Gil Caesar, the transfer from Missouri. Preseason newcomer of the year in the conference for San Diego State. But you know what, Roxy? His minutes have been limited because if you're going to play for Steve Fisher, you're going to defend, and he struggled on the defensive end of the floor. Boy, what a good defender Dakari Allen is.
With Hemsley playing with 4 fouls, would you go at him?
Absolutely.
Chase Foster, shot clock winding down. Foster somehow got it up and in.
What a tough shot that was.
Now the Dons are in that man-to-man again. Hemsley gets inside.
I'll tell you what, with 4 fouls, he's still fearless. He's still attacking the basket.
That's a long 2. Off the mark from Chase Foster, and Zylan Cheatham clears.
I agree with you, Roxy. I don't know why Ferrari doesn't try to attack Hemsley off the bounce.
Ten to shoot for Gil Caesar. Dakari Allen on the baseline. And the rebound. Chase Foster for the Dons.
Man, not many guys can defend in space, but Dakari Allen really can.
Matt McCarthy steps outside.
They were
1-2 by the big man for the Dons.
They were laying off of him all game long. If he hits that shot there going down the stretch, that could be big for USF.
Can that open things up?
No question, because now it gets that help defender out of the lane.
Hemsley. Cheatham for 3. Zylan Cheatham. Just his second 3 of the season.
All created off the Hemsley baseline drive. It collapsed the defense, brought a help defender, and a terrific shot by Cheatham.
Largest lead of the second half for the Aztecs. Midland, tough 3. SDSU led by as many as 8 in the first half. Cheatham. Gil Caesar can't handle the pass. Shot clock violation. The Aztecs turn it over.
You know what, Roxy? It was a great pass, but he'd have been better served of throwing a bounce pass. But dribble penetration off the baseline by Hemsley. Collapses the defense. Nice find. Big time shot for Cheatham.
These two teams met in the quarterfinals of the 2012 Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic, and now meeting in the 2016 championship game of the 8th annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. A beautiful Christmas day in Honolulu as you look out at Waikiki and Diamond Head there.
Go, go, go.
7-point game.
Not right away.
Talked about USF's three-point shooting. They've tied the tournament record with 28. San Diego State has hit 27 in this tournament. So they're one off the tournament record. Nice up and under by Charles Minlin.
Boy, good patience. Cheatham came over initially to double. Minlin waited till he went back, and then the up and under move.
17 for Minlin, which ties his young career high. He had 17 on Friday against Illinois State. Cheatham the slam.
Terrific pick and roll basketball.
Zylan Cheatham leads the Aztecs with 16. Charles Minlin leans in. And the rebound ripped down by Dakari Allen. He's fouled by Matt McCarthy, his second.
When you have ball screen action, Roxy, 5 guys got to guard the ball screen. Ferrari late coming over. Boy, a wonderful pocket pass. That little drop pass, bounce. Frankie Ferrari, really an intelligent guy. He needs to get over there a little quicker. Zylan Cheatham, 16 points. How about that? 6 for 7 from the field.
I wonder if he learned all that playing for our colleague Miles Simon.
But look who Miles.
For Cali Supreme.
Miles' deck was just stacked, that one right there, that he had that AAU team.
Hemsley with a 3. Also Aaron Holiday, Benny Boatwright, and Parker Jackson Carlisle.
Come on.
With Zylan Cheatham on that team coached by Miles. Largest lead for San Diego State, but a foul in Dakari Allen is second.
My wife could have coached that team. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I worked with Miles, and I want to say it was the Chris Paul camp 2 years ago. If that guy wanted to be in coaching, he'd be a head coach at a high Division I program. He was terrific, Roxy, and what an honor for Miles. Have his jersey retired at Arizona. Most outstanding player on a national championship team. Great player. Would be if he wanted a great coach and a great colleague. Terrific analyst.
As Arizona retired Miles' jersey earlier this season, or actually during their red-blue scrimmage, as Charles Minlin 1 out of 2.
Roxy, when I'm listening to games and I hear analysts talk, I tell you, sometimes I got pencil and paper in hand. When
you steal stuff, don't you?
When Miles is doing a game, I pick stuff up. I learn stuff from him.
He's stealing it from you, too. Don't kid yourself. Gil Caesar short on a 3. And Cheatham went over the back of Frankie Ferrari. First foul in Zylan Cheatham.
You know what? I love the effort, though.
9-point lead. The Aztecs trying to close in on the championship at the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. That's what's at stake. The trophy for the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. And San Diego State a 9-point lead. It's their largest of the game. Rather, they led it by 10, but it's now a 9-point game. 3:37 remaining. And the Aztecs trying to take it back to San Diego. Part of the all-tournament team honors there as well. That's what gets handed out. And Zylan Cheatham asserting himself in this title tilt.
Well, first of all, he's a high-energy guy. Plays through the double team right there when Chase Foster came over. Excellent in transition. And he has this in his offensive repertoire as well, the three-point shot. But, man, Roxy, I just love how hard this guy plays.
16 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 of 7 from the floor for Cheatham. 2 steals as well. And the sophomore from Phoenix leading San Diego State.
And if San Diego State can hold on right here, that guy right there is probably the most outstanding player of this tournament.
Keep in mind, USF, a terrific three-point shooting team. They've struggled with it today. Just 4 of 19.
And you know what you're seeing, Roxy? You're seeing a lot of the three-point shots, like we saw right there, falling a little bit short. I think it's an accumulation of the 3 games and also the physicality and the length of San Diego State defensively.
Monte Gil Caesar into the key. And Ferrari comes away with it, and a foul. No, stepping on the end line was USF, and it goes right back to the Aztecs and a fresh shot clock for SDSU.
Well, that's one of the things that San Francisco does well, albeit they turned it over. But their guards are really active on the glass. They rat out on some long rebounds. Ferrari gets underneath there and grabs one. I just think they're going to be a really tough out in the WCC.
Gonzaga clearly the favorite, although St. Mary's right on their heels in the West Coast Conference. And BYU has a really fun team, a high-scoring club for Dave Rose. But Kyle Smith, this team was picked to come in 9th in WC. There's no chance of that.
No way they're finishing 9th in the league.
Hemsley a deep 3. Got it! A new tournament record. San Diego State has made 29 threes this 8th annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they shoot the ball that well in the Mountain West Conference, because they defend, they could run away with that thing.
Reimu right and misses a good look. And Aztecs are 2 minutes away from the championship. And USF struggles in the second half. Just 1 of 9 from 3 and 33% from the field, and a foul against the Dons. It's on Nate Renfro, his third.
I think San Diego State has done a great job adjusting. Without Malik Pope, they've been more reliant on three-point shooting, more reliant on perimeter play. And different guys have stepped up without him.
Give Jeremy Hemsley some credit, playing in foul trouble the entire second half.
Well, you know what? It shows he's a young guy, just a sophomore, the trust that Steve Fisher has in him. Because he put him out on the floor, Roxy, with over 8 minutes to go with the 4 fouls.
14-point lead. Renfro moves in. And Cheatham affected that shot.
See, there's no 5 count anymore. You could just keep the ball out here, hold it, Trey Kell, until you want to attack the basket.
He moves in. Renfro blocks the shot. Stripped by Ferrari. Reimu right and goes to the basket. And he's fouled.
No easy ones in there. San Diego State's not giving up any easy baskets.
Second foul on Matt Shrigley. Tonight, after a full day of the NBA on ESPN, don't miss Sports Center at night with Max and the coach. Of all the highlights and breakdowns, the Ravens and Steelers, Broncos and Chiefs, Week 16 games. Sports Center at night after Clippers-Lakers on ESPN. Also streaming live in the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. Time out on the floor. San Diego State trying to finish off the Dons and win the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. The show is made it west to Honolulu from San Diego. And the Aztecs, a 14-point lead, 1:03 to go in the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic championship game. And for USF, we talked about their shooting, but for San Diego State, that's been the difference.
It really has, Roxy, and especially without Malik Pope on the inside. Guys did a wonderful job of stepping in the shots, 1-2 step comfortably. Cheatham off of the dribble drive along the baseline. And I thought Hemsley played incredibly intelligently with 4 fouls. Coach Fisher trusted him to put him back into the game. A Diamond Head Classic record, 29 three-pointers made. And this team defends so well. They shoot the ball like that from the perimeter in conference. They'll win the whole thing again.
When it got tight against Tulsa in the semifinals Friday, they hit 7 of 10 three-pointers down the stretch to pull away and win.
It was 52 all. Their next 10 shots were all threes, and they made 7 of them.
A turnover by the Dons, and in this one, when it got tight, it was guys like Matt Shrigley, who hit a couple of big threes. Trey Kell hit some threes. And that's what created some separation in this one, was the three-point shooting.
Well, San Francisco's bench has been talked about a lot in this tournament, the point productivity. But Shrigley gave them a great lift off the bench.
Now the Aztecs trying to play keep away. Hemsley. Shrigley off with a 3, but Cheatham pulls it out. And if USF does not foul, the Aztecs can run the clock out.
San Francisco, great effort and a great showing in this tournament.
2 good wins for Kyle Smith. The Dons will fall to 10-3. And the Aztecs will take home the championship. From Honolulu, they're 8-4, and they won 4 straight heading into Mountain West play. So congratulations to Steve Fisher and the San Diego State Aztecs. They win the 8th annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic, and a strong second half showing pulling away from USF.
They did it defensively, and like we talked about, Roxy, they did it from behind the 3-point line.